Greetings. This is Ham Radio Test and Review. My name is Dave. My call sign is N8DAV, and the motto for my channel is one test is worth 1,000 expert opinions. Today I'm doing a full test and review on the Nagoya 771 HT Walkie Talkie antenna dual band. So do me a favor, kick back, relax, and I'll be right back, and we'll start with the specifications. First of all, this is an authentic Nagoya antenna. I bought it from BTech, which is the main distributor for Nagoya antennas, and this is the package it came in. All right, so you know everything. And we're going to get started with all the specifications that I have for this antenna. Okay, first of all, the model number is NA-771. It's a dual band, 2 meter, 70 centimeter antenna. It's exactly 15 inches long. It's a rubberized whip with an SMA female connector on the end. It is specified as being a 50 ohm antenna, and it does not have any specified SWR to it. It is specified as having a maximum of 10 watt input, and it does state that it has up to 3 dB gain to it. So let's see. Does it say which band it is? No, it doesn't say. It does say that it is a quarter wave on the 2 meter band and a half wave on the 70 centimeter band. And it does not say if it's resonant on any of those frequencies or not. All right, and the last thing is it does come with a rubber grommet, and I paid a whole $20.98 for it from BTech. So there'll be an affiliate link in the video in the description below. So please, if you want to buy one, do me a favor and click on that link, and so I'll get a few cents of credit for that. I'd really appreciate it. And next time you see me, I will be doing the actual testing. So I'll be right back. If you like my content, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see more of my content, please click on the bell icon so you can get notifications of everything that I release. I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much for your consideration. All right. Testing the Nagoya 771 dual band HT walkie talkie antenna, first on the 2 meter band. We get an SWR of 1.27, 1.29. Next up, we are testing the Nagoya 771 antenna on the 70 centimeter band, and our SWR of 1.5452. Next, we are testing the Nagoya 771 on the GMRS channel 16, and we get an SWR of 1.44 to 1. Last but not least, we are testing the Nagoya 771 antenna on the MERS channel 3, and we get an SWR of 1.00. All right, back testing the Nagoya 771 antenna using the Nano VNA antenna analyzer. When I first turn it on, it's going to default to the 2 meter band calibration that I have set up. So let's see what happens. And looks like we are getting an SWR of 1.340. All right, we're back. We're going to now test the Nagoya 771 on the 70 centimeter band. And we come up with an SWR. Of course, we have to do it on 446 because that's where we do all of our testing. And we come up with an SWR of 1.724. We're going to test the Nagoya 771 on the GMRS band. And that will be on 462, 575. And that is an SWR of 2.331. And last but not least, we are going to bring up the MERS band and take a look at this on channel 3, which is 151.94. And that comes out to an SWR of 1.722. All right, next up we have the test for the Nagoya 771, the field strength test. What I'll do is I'll do the testing on the 2 meter, 70 centimeter GMRS and MERS bands. And then at the end of the video, I will recap the results of the field strength test and let you know how well it did. First up, we have the 2 meter band for the Nagoya 771 antenna. Next up, we have the field strength test for the Nagoya 771 on the 70 centimeter band. Next up, we have the field strength test for GMRS channel 16. Last but not least, we have the field strength test for the Nagoya 771 antenna on MERS channel 3. All right, I'm out here in Fox Glen Park in Flagstaff, Arizona. This is my favorite park for testing HTs and HT antennas. It's about 2.6 miles from my shack as the crow flies. I do have some obstructions between my base station and where I'm sitting right here. I have a bunch of trees and a house or two, an outbuilding, a freeway overpass, and a partial hill. So, and as you could probably hear, I have a plane flying overhead. Anyway, so I'm going to get ready to test the Nagoya 771 antenna on my VTech UV Pro. N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now that was a really good test. I'm kind of drawn between whether I consider it a good or an excellent. Let me try it again. N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Boy, that's a close one for me. Let me think about it. I'll get back to you at the end of the video, tell you what I think that we should do. But that's a great, as you can tell, the wind's really picking up here. That's a great test. Really, it's between, I would call it excellent. Let's call it excellent. That was very good. There was so little static there, so I'm going to call that excellent. This is a good antenna. That's a good test. All right, so next time you see me, I'll be back at my shack and we'll go over all the test results and I'll give you my opinion. All right, be right back. All right, I'm back at the shack. However, I'm not on my back deck. It's actually rather windy out there and I just didn't want the wind noise to interfere with this video. So out here talking about the Nagoya NA-771 antenna. What did we think about this antenna? Well, first of all, the testing. SWR on the power SWR meter, 2 meter, 1.29, 70 centimeter, 1.52, GMRS 1.44, and MERS 1.00. Excellent. Now, how did that compare to the Nano VNA? Well, very close with the Nano VNA on 2 meter, 70 centimeter, but it was a bit off on GMRS. The Nano VNA said it was actually quite a bit higher at 2.331. And then on MERS, it was quite a bit different as well, though it was still, all of these are all still very acceptable, by the way. I always say that with HT antennas, 3.0 or less is excellent. You probably could get away with 4 or 5 actually with an HT antenna, but you know, we all like to see as low SWR as possible, you know, which gives you the best chance of having a good performing antenna. So what do I think about this antenna? Well, let me just kind of explain something to you here. I think Nagoya has gone downhill just a little bit. The performance of this antenna was great. Don't get me wrong. I thought this was an excellent antenna. Would I buy it? Well, of course I did because I've tested it. But would I buy it for myself personally? Well, guess what? It's going in my personal stash. Everybody says how great these antennas are. Yep, I understand. They're great antennas. Also, let me go through the field strength test. I forgot to do that. The field strength test. 2 meter, excellent. 70 centimeter, excellent. GMRS, excellent. And MERS, not good. Fair to actually poor. I rated a poor. So, don't forget this antenna is not rated for MERS. So, you can't really expect it to do that. But people have been asking me to test on MERS channels, so that's what I've been doing. This antenna performed really well out in the field. Great modulation, hardly any static at all, 2.6 miles with obstructions, can't complain. What I am going to complain about is this. I can't really see it too well, but there's flashing up here, right where the antenna goes into the base. On my other Nagoya antennas, that stuff is not there. So, I know it's kind of picky, but when you pay good money for an antenna, Nagoyas are not cheap anymore. So when you pay good money for an antenna, you expect it to have good quality. So that's my complaint. That's the only thing I have to complain about, because as a performer, this is a great antenna. I highly recommend it. All right. So one test is worth 1,000 expert opinions, and that's my opinion. Anyway, my name is Dave. I'm with Ham Radio Test and Review, saying 73 and so long.